And no, I'm not having a very good day. I'm 50 years old. It's almost my birthday. But anyway, yeah, and my sister and my mother are part of this evil stuff. Really bad. And like Minnesota, where is it? Where they're having what's it? Milwaukee, Minnesota. They have a really cool bridge there. It's really hard that they made that bridge a long time ago. It's shaped like McDonald's, but usually if you have a concrete bridge like that, it would usually cave in because it's round. But there, you're legally allowed to be gay because some cities it's so big they cannot feed other people because there really is no jobs. But there's tons of millions of other mediocre, medium, and small towns all over that work just as hard as janitors, regular cop people at gas stations or McDonald's. That usually people in town while they live there for 10 or 15 years or 5 or 10 years, 1 year, they usually show up to McDonald's once or twice or the gas station, and you call them your regulars because while they live in town they're usually a regular customer and you know them, see them face to face. But otherwise, if they move away or, die or move away, then you don't see them no more, or you quit that job, then somebody else sees their faces. But anyway, my sister and my mom have been promoting this evil stuff for a long time. And but anyway, in Minnesota, people... in big cities, there really is no jobs, though, and those people, they really have nothing in those big cities, and they need jobs, but they can't. But there's plenty of many mediocre-sized towns and small towns that work just as plenty. I don't know why they can't get these food stamps, but then we wouldn't be states or cities or counties divided up and then make it fair for somebody and fair for somebody. But these college people that are evil, that really are evil, are making all the problems, and they want the police that are making dirt minimum wage at the same price as McDonald's or Walmart or Dollar General workers or a janitor. They're making them either kill the homeless people or fight the evil people that have all the money that pay everybody else egging it on, or the college people that don't even know who's in it, another house. And that's what's going on. But in Minnesota, in that state, you can legally be gay and just make your friend a roommate. You don't have to worry about them beating up your house. And you can be roommates and not have to torture a kid, and that's what's going on. Because you can just get married, and then you don't have to worry about a roommate that's your girl, a friend that's a woman or a man, and a friend that's a man, him trashing your house, lying on the insurance thing, and then getting money or trying to get you kicked out of your apartment, then you're dead in the streets. It's just a whole bunch of cowards and liars, and my mother and my sister are the biggest ones. They're 5'2", and they planned all this stuff. They had my birthday under my social security number in that street, and they own the Kendallville one, and they're making drugs. They keep cats alive in apartments for 28-year houses that they own that they never go to, won't even put on their cats. Every year they have like 5 or 6 cats in all these abandoned houses, and they won't even turn on the radio. And then every couple of years when the one gets ready to die, they take it to the veterinarian and give the veterinarian thousands of dollars a month to keep the cat or dog alive one more time. The veterinarian could be, so they say, that MGD drug, keeping dispersing it to a drug dealer around another corner, and they're making that drug that's called MGD drugs. And once you take a cap full of that drink and you drive a car, it's like having 20 gallons of alcohol beverage in a tiny sip, and then you can't sober up for 5 hours. And your friends, if you're driving a car, you'd wreck your car, and that would cause a traffic jam. And my mom, my sister, has had 2 or 3 houses that they own at the end of the street, and they keep nothing in them. My mother as well, and they keep these cats alive, but they can drop down $20,000 every month when the 28-year-old cat that's almost impossible to keep alive, or dog, needs a live one more time, and they're spitting up hairballs, and they got to be making drugs with them, but it's always another house, and a veterinarian or something swiping another person the money and the drugs to make it, and it's dangerous stuff. And there ain't nothing funny about a traffic jam. In the 90s, the LA smog, of all those people with their little cars making smog and the weather go bad, but it could have been a whole bunch of airplanes pushing the clouds around to make the heat hot and cold, or blocking clouds from the sun to make that perfect temperature that makes thunder and lightning, which makes rain clouds, and then messes up the weather, and they blame it on the good people with the cars and working at janitors or police or whatever. But you know what I'm saying, and they just blame it on whatever, and it's big helicopters. But some of the helicopters, they're not even really in the sky, they're just like projection TV games, like at the movie theater. You look up the skies and you think it's a bunch of movie cameras, but just a giant nightlight up there for your lizard or snake tank from the pet store or bird store or hamster store. If it says you're required to have that many hamster babies on your license, and they tell you out loud, but otherwise, and do not move to another country because you have to learn their rules before you get there. But if you're rich enough to move there, just because you have most of the rules, if you do other things, that is another rule that you don't know, they will cut your hand off and kill you. That's just the way it is, because they give you the basic rules, like don't drink and drive once you get there. But if you look at a Pepsi, that could be to them their religion or their rules, and they would automatically put you in jail, and you don't get a lawyer, and like that. It's awful. And they will really cut off your hand in those countries, because they don't like thieves and liars and people that steal and cheat and are liars and thieves and cheaters trying to lie and cheat to them, because they don't want that neither. Liars and cheaters and evil people, they don't want that. And that's why their rules are there, and you don't really belong there. You have stuff here in America. If you can't fit in America and eat our cheeseburgers, which are another name, a hamburger, another name, is just another country, and you go there and trying to get rich off their hamburgers or steal their hamburgers, they don't like it, even though they'll cut your hand off because they don't want assholes in their country neither. You have basic hamburgers here, just a different name, a different country, and that's the way it is. If you can't fit in here and you're moving to another country, there was obviously a problem with you in your own country, that you couldn't even get along with your own country. So if you move somewhere else and try to act like your own country didn't like you, they'll definitely kill you.